According to the National Electrical Code, Section 210.8 specifies that all 120-volt, single-phase, 15 and 20-amp receptacles installed in bathrooms require ground fault circuit interrupter protection. Section 210.8b mandates that GFCI devices should be installed in accessible locations within bathrooms. Based on these code requirements, the GFCI receptacles in the bathrooms are in compliance, assuming they meet these specifications. The problem of the breaker tripping arises from the capacity of the 15-amp branch circuit. When a hairdryer, drawing approximately 13 amps based on its 1600-watt rating, is used simultaneously with a freezer that draws 5 amps, the total load exceeds the 15-amp circuit's capacity. This overload causes the breaker to trip, preventing potential hazards. To resolve this issue, several recommendations can be considered. Firstly, separating the bathroom receptacles and the garage receptacle onto separate 15-amp branch circuits. This approach provides dedicated capacity for each area, preventing the combined load from exceeding the circuit's limit. It ensures that using appliances in the bathroom won't affect the garage circuit, and vice versa, reducing the likelihood of breaker tripping. Secondly, upgrading the 15-amp branch circuit to a 20-amp circuit can increase the overall capacity. This allows for a higher combined load without tripping the breaker. However, upgrading the circuit might necessitate additional wiring or modifications to the electrical panel to accommodate the increased amperage. The existing wiring must be rated for 20 amps and the breaker should be matched to the wire gauge. Thirdly, using a hairdryer with low wattage can directly reduce the load on the circuit. A hairdryer that consumes fewer watts will draw fewer amps, potentially keeping the total load within the 15-amp limit when used with the freezer. This option requires no electrical modifications but relies on changing appliance usage. Fourthly, installing a GFCI breaker in the electrical panel offers an additional layer of protection. A GFCI breaker provides ground fault protection for all receptacles on the circuit, enhancing safety and potentially preventing nuisance tripping. A GFCI breaker is designed to detect ground faults and quickly cut off power to prevent electrical shocks. Consulting with a licensed electrician is crucial to determine the most suitable solution for the specific situation. An electrician can thoroughly evaluate the electrical system, ensuring compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. They can also recommend and implement the necessary modifications to enhance safety and functionality. It's important to ensure the electrical system is safe and capable of handling the demands placed upon it. Each of these recommendations has its own set of considerations, including cost, complexity, and impact on the overall electrical system. A licensed electrician can provide a detailed assessment and guide in selecting the most appropriate option for the property. In summary, the compliance of bathroom receptacles with GFCI requirements is confirmed by NEC sections 210.8 and 210.8b. The breaker tripping issue is directly related to exceeding the 15-amp branch circuit's capacity. Solutions include separating circuits, upgrading the circuit using lower wattage appliances, and installing a GFCI breaker. A licensed electrician should be consulted to ensure safety and code compliance. Branch circuit capacity is a fundamental concept in electrical systems. A branch circuit is a circuit that extends from the last overcurrent protective device, typically a circuit breaker or fuse, to the outlets. The capacity of a branch circuit is determined by the rating of the overcurrent protective device and the ampacity of the conductors. The ampacity of a conductor refers to the maximum current, in amps, that a conductor can carry continuously under specified conditions of use without exceeding its temperature rating. The National Electrical Code provides tables that list the ampacities of different types of conductors based on their size, insulation type, and installation method. For example, a 15-amp branch circuit typically uses number 14 American wire gauge copper conductors with type THHN insulation, which has an ampacity of 15 amps under certain conditions. A 20-amp branch circuit typically uses number 12 American wire gauge copper conductors with type THHN insulation, which has an ampacity of 20 amps under certain conditions. When calculating the total load on a branch circuit, it's important to consider all the devices and appliances that will be connected to the circuit simultaneously. The total load should not exceed 80% of the branch circuit's rating to account for continuous loads, as specified in NEC 210.20a. A continuous load is defined as a load where the maximum current is expected to continue for 3 hours or more. In the scenario described, the freezer and hairdryer represent significant loads on the branch circuit. The freezer, drawing 5 amps, and the hairdryer, drawing 13 amps, together consume 18 amps. This exceeds the 15 amp capacity of the circuit, causing the breaker to trip. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. They work by interrupting the flow of current when the current exceeds the device's rating. Circuit breakers are resettable, while fuses must be replaced after they blow. The NEC provides guidelines for selecting the appropriate overcurrent protection device for a given branch circuit. The device should be rated to protect the conductors from overheating and to prevent damage to equipment connected to the circuit. Ground fault circuit interrupters are designed to protect people from electric shock. They work by monitoring the current flowing in the circuit and comparing it to the current returning. If there is a difference of 5 milliamps or more, the GFCI trips, cutting off power to the circuit. GFCIs are required in bathrooms, kitchens, and other locations where there is a high risk of electric shock. The NEC specifies the locations where GFCI protection is required in sections 210.8 and 210.8b. These requirements are based on the potential for contact with water or other conductive surfaces. When upgrading a branch circuit, it's important to consider several factors. Firstly, the existing wiring must be able to handle the increased amperage. If the wiring is not properly sized, it could overheat and cause a fire. Secondly, the electrical panel must have sufficient capacity to accommodate the additional load. If the panel is already fully loaded, it may be necessary to upgrade the panel. Thirdly, all work must be performed by a qualified electrician to ensure compliance with the NEC and local codes. Upgrading a branch circuit involves several steps. Firstly, the existing circuit breaker is turned off. Secondly, the wiring is disconnected from the breaker and the receptacle. Thirdly, new wiring of the appropriate gauge is installed from the panel to the receptacle. Fourthly, a new circuit breaker is installed in the panel. Fifthly, wiring is connected to the new breaker and the receptacle. Sixthly, the circuit breaker is turned on. Before performing any electrical work, it's important to take safety precautions. Firstly, always turn off the power to the circuit before working on it. Secondly, use insulated tools to prevent electric shock. Thirdly, wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as safety glasses and gloves. Fourthly, follow all applicable codes and regulations. In the scenario described, separating the bathroom and garage receptacles onto separate circuits would require running a new circuit from the electrical panel to either the bathroom or the garage. This would involve installing a new circuit breaker in the panel, running new wiring, and installing a new receptacle. This solution would provide dedicated capacity for each area, eliminating the issue of breaker tripping. Alternatively, upgrading the existing circuit to a 20 amp circuit would involve replacing the existing circuit breaker with a 20 amp breaker and replacing the existing wiring with number 12 American wire gauge wiring. This solution would provide increased capacity for the appliances and prevent breaker tripping. However, it's important to ensure that the existing wiring is in good condition and that the electrical panel has sufficient capacity. Using a hairdryer with low wattage would reduce the load on the circuit and potentially prevent breaker tripping. This solution is the simplest and least expensive, but it may not be practical if the renter needs to use a high wattage hairdryer. Installing a GFCI breaker in the electrical panel would provide ground fault protection for all receptacles in the circuit and may prevent the breaker from nuisance tripping. This solution would enhance safety and potentially reduce the likelihood of breaker tripping. However, it's important to ensure that the GFCI breaker is compatible with the electrical panel and that it is properly installed. When consulting with a licensed electrician, it's important to provide them with all the relevant information about the electrical system and the appliances that will be used in the circuit. This will help them to determine the most appropriate solution for the specific situation. The electrician will also be able to evaluate the electrical system and ensure that it is safe and compliant with all applicable codes and regulations. In addition to the recommendations provided, it's also important to consider the overall electrical load in the property. If the property has a high electrical load, it may be necessary to upgrade the service entrance to increase the overall capacity of the electrical system. The service entrance is the point where the electrical power enters the property from the utility company. Upgrading the service entrance involves replacing the existing service entrance conductors, meter, and panel with larger components. This is a complex and expensive project that should only be performed by a qualified electrician. It's also important to ensure that all electrical work is properly permitted and inspected by the local building department. This will help to ensure that the work is performed safely and in compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. The National Electrical Code is a comprehensive set of standards for electrical wiring and equipment. It is updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and safety practices. The NEC is adopted by most states and local jurisdictions in the United States. Compliance with the NEC is essential to ensure the safety of electrical systems and to prevent electrical fires and other hazards. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. It also includes specific requirements for different types of occupancies, such as residential, commercial, and industrial. When designing and installing electrical systems, it's important to consult the NEC and to follow all applicable requirements. The NEC is a complex document, and it's often necessary to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure compliance. In the scenario described, the electrician would need to consider several NEC articles, including Article 210, which covers branch circuits, Article 250, which covers grounding and bonding, and Article 406, which covers receptacles. They would also need to consider any applicable local codes and regulations. By following the recommendations provided and consulting with a licensed electrician, it's possible to address the issue of breaker tripping and to ensure the safety and functionality of the electrical system. The importance of regular electrical inspections cannot be overstated. Periodic inspections by qualified professionals can identify potential hazards before they escalate into serious problems. These inspections should cover all aspects of the electrical system, including wiring, panels, outlets, and grounding. Early detection of issues such as frayed wiring, loose connections, or overloaded circuits can prevent fires, electrical shocks, and equipment damage. Electrical safety is a shared responsibility. Homeowners and renters alike should be aware of basic electrical safety practices, such as avoiding overloading circuits, using extension cords safely, and keeping electrical equipment away from water. Educating occupants about these practices can significantly reduce the risk of electrical accidents. In addition to the technical aspects of electrical systems, it's important to consider the environmental impact of electricity use. Conserving energy not only saves money but also reduces the demand on power plants, which can contribute to air and water pollution. Simple measures such as using energy-efficient appliances and light bulbs, turning off lights when leaving a room, and unplugging electronics when not in use can make a significant difference. Furthermore, exploring renewable energy options such as solar panels can reduce reliance on fossil fuels and promote a more sustainable energy future. The integration of smart home technology can also enhance electrical safety and efficiency. Smart outlets and circuit breakers can provide real-time monitoring of energy consumption and detect potential hazards such as overloads or ground faults. These devices can automatically shut off power to prevent accidents and provide alerts to homeowners or property managers. Investing in smart home technology can improve safety, convenience, and energy efficiency. The evolution of electrical technology continues to bring new innovations that enhance safety, efficiency, and reliability. From advanced circuit breakers with arc fault detection to energy-efficient lighting systems and smart home automation, These advancements are transforming the way we use and manage electricity. Staying informed about these developments and incorporating them into electrical systems can improve the overall performance and safety of homes and businesses. The role of education in promoting electrical safety cannot be overemphasized. Providing comprehensive training to electricians, contractors, and homeowners is essential to ensure that electrical systems are installed, maintained, and used safely. Educational programs should cover topics such as electrical codes, safe work practices, hazard recognition, and emergency response procedures. By investing in education, we can create a culture of safety and reduce the risk of electrical accidents. The collaboration between industry stakeholders, including electrical manufacturers, contractors, inspectors, and regulatory agencies, is crucial to advancing electrical safety. These stakeholders should work together to develop and implement best practices, share knowledge, and promote innovation. By fostering collaboration, we can create a safer and more efficient electrical industry. The enforcement of electrical codes and regulations is essential to ensure that electrical systems are installed and maintained safely. Building departments and electrical inspectors play a critical role in verifying compliance with these codes and regulations. They conduct inspections to identify potential hazards and ensure that electrical work is performed correctly. Effective enforcement mechanisms are necessary to deter violations and protect the public from electrical hazards. In conclusion, addressing electrical concerns requires a multifaceted approach that encompasses code compliance, technical expertise, safety awareness, and collaboration. By understanding the principles of electrical systems, following safe work practices, and consulting with qualified professionals, we can create a safer and more efficient electrical environment for homes and businesses. The ongoing pursuit of knowledge and innovation is essential to ensure that electrical systems continue to evolve and meet the ever-changing needs of society.